What's up, you guys? I'm here with a new video today. I'm here to bring you guys the next episode of Tech for Thought, and this one is going to be on Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. Shout out to me for possibly getting the name right. It has always been one of the most difficult card names in Yu-Gi-Oh! To pronounce. I'm sure there's others, but shout out to my boy Gage, Gage X Scapegoat. This is probably one of his main signature cards that he puts in almost every deck possible. If it's not in the main deck, it's in the side deck. Fossil Dyna has been around for a long time, you guys. It originally was released as a secret, and upon release was one of the most highly sought after cards in the game. It basically was an answer to pretty much every meta deck during the format. For those of you that don't know what the card reads, the text has changed over the years, and now with the release of Duelist Saga, the newest set, it has new updated text. It has been changed multiple times. I'm going to read to you guys the new text so that if you do see old versions of Fossil Dyna, if you want to verify the translation on the new text, you're able to do that. It pretty much says the same thing, but they kind of cleaned up the wording. So I'm just going to read it to you guys real quick. It reads, if this card is flipped face up, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Then the next line is, neither player can special summon monsters. So very simple. This card by itself is basically a walking Vanity's Emptiness. It also has the effect, if it does get flipped face up, it destroys all special summon monsters on the field. That is just insane. I mean, I don't even need to begin to tell you how insane that card is. Back then it was used against pretty much everything, against X-Sabers, against Six Samurai, against pretty much everything. They build up their board, attacking into it, thinking it's a Gravekeeper Spy, because that was the format, and you flip Dyna, I mean, guess what? That's it. Your field goes bye-bye. I'll never forget playing at a regional where I was playing Gravekeepers and I sided two of it, and I remember testing against Machina against my teammate at the time, and Machina was kind of a hard matchup because if I didn't get Necro Valley, they started to do the machine shenanigans, he'd be able to just overpower all my monsters. Well, I set the Dyna in game 2 setting it, he brings up a board of 3 monsters with the Fortress, attacks into it, I blow up the whole field. It was insane. Card won me endless games. Card alone can win you games because you can just sit on it. Now, of course, we get to this format. It was released I want to say it was in maybe 2010, 2009, I don't remember, but card's been around a long time, and the card has been played for multiple years. There is even a deck basically that is like playing Fossil Dyna deck, and that's Barrier Statues. Barrier Statues are basically like mini Fossil Dynas. It main decks 3 Fossil Dyna, and you just back it up with a plethora of traps, and that's how you play the deck. Now, you guys may be wondering, what applications does Dyna have this format? I mean, what applications does it not have? It's without a doubt one of the best side deck options currently in the game. Against Zodiacs, summon it. They don't have a Thoroughblade or a Whiptail, they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Their rats don't do anything, they can't XYZ summon, they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! So the beauty of that is that, okay, they might have the Thoroughblade, maybe 1 or 2, they might have the Whiptail, usually they're playing 3, but the thing is, you're not going to just blindly throw out a Fossil Dyna, you're going to back it up with traps, like I said, the way Barrier Statues play. And by doing that, you pretty much just solidify the game. They have a very hard time getting around it. Same thing with Metal Foes, I guess, would have an easier time. They do have bigger monsters, but again, you're playing it to stun your opponent. It literally kind of takes your opponent multiple turns to out the card if they don't draw a main deck monster that can run it over. Now, 1200 may not seem like a lot, but trust me, when you're backing it up with traps, it's very hard to beat. Combo that with a spell card like Moon Mirror Shield, you're not getting past Dyna. Your outs at that point are your board wipes or Book of Moon. Even Book of Moon would be garbage because if you're not clearing the monster before you special summon all your monsters, you're probably going to lose. It would take multiple cards to get the card off the field. Now with Moon Mirror Shield, you're not clearing it because it's always going to be bigger than everything. That's why Barrier Statues are such a good stun deck. Fossil Dyna plus Moon Mirror is insane. It literally just says, well, my Dyna can beat over any monster you have. You attack into me, you're losing your monster because it'll always be 100 points stronger. Insane. Now, in other match applications. Now, I feel it's probably the most susceptible, unfortunately, to Paleozoic, and I say that because if you do summon it and they have so many traps, they do have ways around it. I guess what they would have to do is they would have to Canadia it, or they would have to Dinomischus it to banish it, or to book it face down. But, I mean, outside of that, I mean, they don't have that many answers. None of the frogs can really do anything to it. Granted, they can sit on cards like Dupe Frog and just stall it out. But I feel like if you're playing Fossil Dyna, it's not something that's in your main deck, it's something in your side deck, and you're bringing it in against the matches it really hurts. It's a pretty good card against Infernoids as well. They don't have that many main decked outs. Their main decked out, I guess, is Decatron, but again, you would be backing your Dyna up with traps or else I wouldn't summon it. Also, setting it is just a great play. A lot of players don't see it coming, and like I said, it's the element of surprise. It was a great card against Mermail, basically shut down the whole deck if they didn't have a way to special summon. Even if they had Undyne, it was irrelevant because you were still able to, stall them out for the turn. And if they have to waste resources to get past Dyna, you should probably be up in card economy. So I think the card is really, really cool. I feel it's very solid against pretty much everything in any format. I feel it has applications just for as long as Yu-Gi-Oh goes on. I feel it'll always have applications. I feel it's one of those cards that's just really, really strong. The beauty of this card too is that you can pendulum summon it out. I know that sounds weird, but I have seen people pendulum summon it out. We have tested it in the Shernui Lightsworn deck, using it with Summoner Monk, summoning it after our Brilliant Fusion resolved and we built our whole board, and it basically just locked the game in place because it was like, well, I just spent 5 minutes summoning half my extra deck, now I'm going to throw a Dyna on board and tell you, you can't do the same thing to me, so I win the game by default because I have a Trident to back it up. I feel that's really interesting. If you guys have watched deck profiles in the last couple months, people have side decked the card and it's been great. When Jeff Jones won with Fossil Dyna, he basically used the card to win against Blue Eyes in the finals when he played DDD. Pretty insane. He just summoned that, backed it up with traps, backed it up with stuff. You just win the game. So I think the card is really, really good. I'm sure you guys know about it. I just wanted to bring it more to your attention. I feel it's a great, great tech card, even in your main deck, honestly. If you find a way to support it, it can really do wonders. If you guys remember the Gravekeeper deck profile from Nick Giles when he got 17th place at the Columbus Regional that Gage and I attended, he was main decking Dyna and Moonmere Shield because it was just that powerful. Now that might have been, before Zoo came out, but it didn't matter. Fossil Dyna is still such a great card against the format. I feel that as the formats progress, it's always going to be a great card. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to let me know what you think about Fossil Dyna. Have you played it? Have you sided it? Have you played against it? What were your outs to it? I remember my best play, one of my best plays ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is I top deck a Nobleman a crossout, and I Nobleman a set monster thinking it was a Gravekeeper Spy, and it was a Fossil Dyna, and it won me the game. It was pretty crazy. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like Fossil Dyna? Do you not like Fossil Dyna? Do you feel there are better cards that you can use rather than Fossil Dyna? And if you were to use it, what decks would you side deck it in? And what are your applications in the matches that it might not be the most favorable against to actually sway the game in your favor? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to let me know the next card you'd like me to talk about for Tech for Thought. Be sure to just hit me up on any of my social medias to give me card ideas, and I'll definitely bring them here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.